He didn't know I was transgender. Should I tell him?
What's going on, Rebel family? All the revolutionary minded people out there. Today's video, Millennial Dating in Disguise. But before we get to the video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So today's video comes from a growing trend on TikTok where transgender women are making videos to, I guess, basically shame young black men that don't know that they are transgender, meaning they were born male and now identify as female, as opposed to, you know, women born as female and now, continue to identify as women. I did a video a while back about old simps dating and millennials, and that these Generation X and baby boomer men are out of touch and don't understand the dating market out here today in 2021. And this is another example of what they don't understand, that we never had to deal with this. We never had I'm from Generation X. I didn't have to deal with seeing what I thought was a woman, and then it turned out to be someone who actually was born male and now identifies as a woman. I didn't have to deal with this, and my generation didn't have to deal with this. And what we're seeing is that with the hormone blockers that a lot of these young people are taking, they don't have a chance to even become to look more masculine because of the hormone blockers. So they appear as very female. And I'm gonna go through some of the videos. I mean, there were so many to choose from that it's actually ridiculous that so many people are doing this. And let's jump into some of these videos here. And I had to mute some of these videos because they have a lot of music. But look at this. Do you tell boys? Man, I mean, it's unbelievable the things that that's going on here. So it says people do. I have a penis, right? Which bathroom do I use? Do you tell boys? Did you get surgery? I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny, right? And there's so many of these videos that we can go through, and we'll jump over to the next one here. He didn't know I was transgender, but he looked good though. There was so many videos like this, right? Going on a date, should I tell him I'm trans before or after? So many of these videos. Should I tell him I'm transgender? Yes was the wrong answer. No, he'll murder you. Get the F out of here. So no, actually, we know a lot of times it's the other way around, that these people are unfortunately being killed because they aren't telling someone who they are. That's part of the problem, that they aren't telling people who they are, being honest. So young men right away they're facing the challenges that we didn't have to face. So, and I can hear some of the, simp generation baby boomers talking about, you shouldn't, they had this thing of don't ask a woman her age, don't ask a woman this, don't ask her weight, and all these silly things that you're not supposed to ask a woman. But in this day and age, these young men have to ask before you go too deep, before you get too far into it. Simply get that out front. Were you born female? What did your birth certificate say? Are you trans? Ask these things bluntly, and if they can't answer it, oh well, keep it pushing. You don't have anything to lose. So these young men are facing something that we did not face. And, the simps among us will say not to ask these things and just be upset that, these guys are asking these questions when it shouldn't be an issue here because it's their livelihood. Excuse me, it's their life. And it's the life of these young people. They don't, we see a lot of times when unfortunately something bad happens to a transgender woman, it's because they didn't tell the person who they were up front. It's because they didn't tell their partner, hey, look, I was a man. There's some people who are cool with it, like Malik Yoba. He's cool with it, right? Malik Yoba said he likes he likes the he like chicks with D's, right? He likes them that way. That's what he likes, right? He likes that type before they've gone the removal of their penis surgery. That's the type that he likes. They look like women and identify like a RuPaul, for instance, right? That's the type that he likes, and it's okay. You can have your preferences, right? Have your preferences. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And as you can see here, I use this because on social media, the transgender community they've gotten the name, or some people give them a name to hide from the Twitter or social media algorithms when you're talking about them, and they've been designated as transformers. And it's an unfortunate thing that you have to trick and lie someone into being with you. And as a pushback, there's a growing segment of social media that actually states, "Hey, man, if you're having sex with this person unbeknownst and they don't know what you are, you didn't identify. It's a, akin to the R word that rhymes with grape. That you've tricked someone because obviously this has been a thing where women have said, hey, if you have sex with a condom on, the condom comes off. I didn't agree to have sex with you without a condom, so that's akin to sexual assault, right? And okay, if that's the case, you have to keep the same energy. If you portrayed yourself to be a woman and you really wasn't, then are you then sexually assaulting me because I thought you were something that you aren't, right? So young men out here, like again, don't take advice from these old guys who will tell you that's a woman's business and it shouldn't be you shouldn't ask certain questions. No, ask these questions up front because you guys are living in through times that are crazy. Because like I said, some of them they're young enough to where they might not have reached puberty, so they haven't fully become fully masculine to where you can identify them right away. So generation boomers, the baby boom generation and the generation X, if they happen to meet a someone who's transitioned, but they've spent it can be very very obvious, even with the BBLs and the weave and all of the makeup. You could tell, right? But you guys are again with the hormone blockers and all of the makeup and so forth. These you can be tricked. So again, man, it's your life. Make sure you know up front who's who and ask the questions. Don't be afraid of asking the questions. You have nothing to lose. If If they want to go their own way, then let them, whatever it is. You, there's plenty of real women out here if that's what you're into. But if you're into transgender women, okay, fine, be happy, do you. But if you're transgender and you're listening to this, don't trick people. It's you're taking a risk on your life and your safety. It's as if I'm walking around in a blood neighborhood with all blue. I got blue rags, blue flags, whatever it is. I'm walking around the jungle, the known Piru neighborhood in L.A. If I'm walking around that neighborhood, now do I deserve to get shot just because I'm walking around that way? No, but is it a possibility? Yes. So maybe I shouldn't walk around with all blue or red on in the wrong neighborhood, right? Because it can happen. And the same thing here. Someone could, you know, harm you for tricking them in this fashion. No, it's not deserved, but you never know how somebody's going to react in a situation that way. So be upfront. It's almost as it's a fetish that these, uh, some of these people get off on tricking these guys. These the millennials and their dating and the dating market out here is wild. And I sincerely hope people stay safe, be upfront, be honest, and young men just start asking the questions. Don't assume. If they don't want to, like I said, if they don't want to answer, peace. See you. You know, have a nice life. You don't have to be subject to this kind of deception and something that you are not willing to do. Those are my final thoughts. Peace, Rebel family.